let's get started. We're going to start in wide-legged child's pose. So just starting to come into our breath first. Now, if you're doing this practice in the morning and your hips are feeling a little bit too tight, just have your knees together. If you want to add a little bit of a hip opener, you can take big toes together and just bring your knees as wide as the mat. Now, depending on how you're feeling, you might just have your knees here, but if you're feeling quite open, you can have your your knees as wide as the mat. And before we actually fold down, we're going to take an inhale to lengthen the upper part of our body. And then we're going to walk those fingertips down, keeping that nice length, keeping our bottom as close to our heels as possible. It will pop up a little bit, so don't worry about that. And just exhale the forehead down, then bring the hands down. So just staying here, you can walk your fingertips just that little bit further forward if you like, if you want to get an extra stretch in your arms. And just taking nice deep breaths in this wide-legged child's pose. And just be mindful if you're feeling any pain in the groin area, you know you've gone too far, so just come and bring those knees that little bit closer together. So breathing deep into our first child's pose. Feeling the belly rise and maybe touching your thighs as you breathe in. And then contracting to the back of the spine as you breathe out. And you can even squeeze up the pelvic floor to give yourself a little extra strengthening your pelvic floor muscles. So keep going a little bit more with that. Take one more last breath. And on your next inhale, just bring yourself up. Walk yourself over to the left. And as you exhale, come down. Take one full breath here. Feeling a nice side stretch on that right side. Then on the next inhale, walk across to the right side. Inhale again. Exhale, come down. Feeling a lovely stretch all the way down from the fingertips, all the way down to your hip. On your left side. Then inhale, walk the hands back to center. Maybe bring them in slightly just to give yourself a little bit more of a lift. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale, thread it through, bringing that right shoulder and that right ear down. Now you can either just rest that left hand down, or you can come up on the fingertips and sort of like push and open up that little bit more. Then push into that left hand to bring yourself up. Just reach that right hand on the inhale one more time to see if you've opened up and given yourself a little bit more length. Exhale, bring it down. Taking it to the other side. Inhale, the left hand up. Exhale, thread it under and through. And again, you can either just leave that arm down, that right arm down, or reach it towards the top of the mat and push and open that little bit more. as you push into it. Left arm comes back up on the inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Bring yourself onto your tabletop. We're just going to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So dropping the belly first, looking up slightly on the inhale for your cow. And then rounding the spine, contracting the belly all the way in and up towards your spine as you exhale. So keep going with that. Complete one more round. And then just taking a spinal balance, so stretching the left foot back first, and we just might open our calf muscles, so you can just rock up and down first, and then just stretch into the heel, so pushing back through the heel, feeling that calf in the left leg getting a nice stretch. And then we're just going to inhale and lift that left leg up. Now you can stay here. You're getting still a lot of strength in this pose. If you want to add a little bit of balance, then the right hand extends out alongside your ear, holding here. One more breath in. Exhale. Bring that down and just pointing the toes, and we're just going to bring the toes down and lift it up. So we're just going to pulse it about 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bring that knee in, and we're just going to take it round the knee, round in circles, just to open up the hip a little bit. You may find that you're leaning to one side, but try to keep that right hand straight. And then take one more circle, bring that left foot up, and just allow the back right leg to sort of be stretched slightly. Untuck the toe and just sink slightly, keeping that foot nice and flat, so we're not rolling over like we're in lizard. We're just in a low lunge, and we're just opening up the hip flexors on the right side. So just feeling that opening in your right side of your hip. Holding here. And then taking, heel toeing that foot over into the center more, and having that left hand on the outside of that left foot. We're just going to lean back into our half splits. So you can point the toes up and flex the feet. And just as you exhale, just come down to where you feel that stretch in the back hamstring or the back sides of the legs. So you can sort of like allow the head, the nose to come towards the shin, but just going to where the level takes for you. And then walking the hands back, taking your back leg up, so that you're in a high runner's lunge now, and just rocking backwards and forwards in that. Just getting an opening in the back calf, the right calf again, and also our hips. Then dropping that knee down, bringing that left leg behind and taking the right foot towards the side of the mat. We're just going to go into a modified side plank. So our right wrist is underneath the right shoulder, and our left leg is nice and straight. The foot is facing towards the side of the mat, and the left hand, as you inhale, reaches up to the ceiling. So having a nice stretch here. And exhale, rotating that around, placing both hands and knees on the mat, tucking the toes, and just pushing up into downward facing dog. So it's your first downward facing dog. So just stretching one foot out and then the other, straightening one leg and then straightening the other, bringing the head down between the arms, having a bit of a bend in your knees so that you can push the belly back towards the thighs. Take a nice big inhale and then complete the exhale. One more. Then bringing the knees down again, back to your tabletop, and we'll just take it to the other side. So stretching the right leg out first for that calf stretch, so you can rock backwards and forwards a few times first. And then holding it there, pushing into the right heel. Then inhale, the right foot up. And you can stay here. If you want to have that little bit of the balance, you can add extending the left arm out. So inhale and extend that left arm out, looking down towards the mat, holding here and breathing as you're holding. Just testing out your balance. Take one more breath. And then exhale, just keeping that leg extended, pointing the toes, and we'll just do those leg lifts again. So bringing the foot down and then taking it up, bringing it down, taking it up, and we'll just do 5 more. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then bending the knee and just rotating that knee around just to loosen up the hip joint on the right side. Taking one more. Remember to try and keep as much weight even, and then bring that right foot up. Keeping that foot flat, you might need to take the left knee back slightly, untuck the toes, and just allowing the weight of your body to help you sink into this pose. So we're just holding it here and allowing that hip on the left side to open a little bit. So this is sort of like, this is a lizard pose, but we're not sort of like pushing and deepening it by allowing the knee to drop to the side, as we do sometimes when we do our lizard, and just staying upright. Now heel toe the foot towards the center and bring your right hand on the outside of your right foot. And we're just going to come back into our half splits. So our foot is flexed. Inhale first, and then exhale, fold to where you feel that stretch behind the back of your leg. And then just coming forward, taking that back knee up. You might need to hop it in just a little bit more into your runner's lunge, and we'll just do what we did before, just rock a little bit back and forward, trying to have your sort of like body is a little bit off the leg, so you're not just sort of slouching onto that standing leg. And then just again, this time pushing into the back left heel so that you're feeling it open, and really push into that front foot to lift you up that little bit more. So if you took your fingers off, you could hold your body weight up. So we're really using a bit of leg strength here. And then bringing that back, left knee down, taking it back to tabletop, just kicking that back left foot out to the side of your mat, extending the right leg nice and straight. Just check that you've got the wrist and the shoulder in line, and then inhale and reach that right hand up for your modified side plank. One more inhale, and then exhale. Just rotate that hand all the way back. Spread the fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes, and come up into your downward facing dog. Again, pedal out the feet. And then looking to the top of the mat, we're going to walk our feet to the top of the mat, and we're going to have our feet in line with our hips. And we're just going to do a nice ragdoll fold. So just, you can either have your fingertips down, knees really bent, or you can use the weight of your body to stretch out the whole spine by grabbing hold of each elbow and just letting the top part of the body hang. Now you can just stay still, or you can just give a little side to side motion, stretching that spine out even a little bit more. And then release the hands. Slowly allow those fingertips just to graze the fronts of the legs as you slowly bring yourself up. Bring yourself up into your chair pose. So we've got a little bit of a gap in between our feet at the moment. Let's maintain that rather than bring our big toes together. We're going to just sit down like we're sitting in a chair. We're going to bring our hands to our heart, and we're going to squeeze the legs really, really together, bringing the knees together, but not really pushing them together super tight. So we just want our knees in line with our hips. So sitting down there, and from here, we're going to add a little bit of strength. So we're just going to pulse. So just pulse up and down. You'll feel it. Really feel 1. Inhale the hands up, all the way up, bringing the palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Take the weight into your right leg now, and we're just going to find a point where you can concentrate and have your gaze just in front, because we're going to do tree pose. So remembering with your tree pose that our knee comes out to the side. We can use our big toe if we're finding that our balance is a little bit compromised today. You can just leave your big toe on the mat as your kickstand and just have the foot on the ankle. Now, if you are doing this, just make sure that you're not sort of like leaning out to your right side. So we want to keep our body nice and straight. So we have foot on ankle, foot on calf, or if you want to try it right up in the inner thigh, you're going to have to really squeeze the foot into the thigh, squeeze the belly muscles to hold it up there. So wherever you are, hands are in front of your heart. Find somewhere to look so that it helps with your balance. Breathing. And then on the exhale, just take it down, shake it out a little bit. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, just bring them back down in front of your chest, and we'll just take it to the other side. So again, you can just have the foot resting on the ankle and keeping the toe down on the mat, resting on the calf or up on the inner thigh. So one side might be a little bit trickier than the other, but wherever you are, try not to dig the toes into the mat. It doesn't really make much difference. Really concentrate on that point for your balance, and just breathe nice and evenly. And if you do fall out and you're finding, oh, you know, it's just not working for me, don't worry about it, because some days we have strong balance, some days we don't. So take one more inhale, and then exhale, release, shake it out again. And we're just going to bring our left knee up. We're just going to do a few ankle rotations here. So again, this is balance on its own. So rotate the foot one way, rotate it the other way, and then hold that left knee with your right hand. And if you can reach that left hand out. Now you can look straight down to the side, or if you want to test your balance, look behind you. So keep the foot flexed. It'll help with holding yourself there. And then slowly bring that hand back and just step that foot all the way back into your high lunge. Now with your high lunge, just make sure that your pelvis is tilting a little bit forward, so you will find you'll have a little bit of a bend in that back foot. Maybe you might want to sink that little bit deeper, so just wiggle your toes a little bit in front, but just check that the knee is in line with the ankle. So breathe, inhale and reach our hands up. Holding here. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, bring those hands behind and just have your tummy hovering above your thigh. So holding here. So a little bit more strength going on here. Then inhale, the hands up. Whoops. Tested my balance in. Exhale, coming down again. Holding here. And we're just going to bring the knee towards the mat. So just drop the knee down and then bring it up. Drop the knee down and bring it up. One more time. And up. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, transition into your warrior two. So again, gazing at that middle finger, checking that both hands are nice and strong and in line with each other, having that ankle and knee in line, and the back foot can either be parallel or like a 45-degree angle. I like to have heel to arch. I just feel I get a better position, making sure the knee is tracking open. So take one more inhale. Exhale, just sink that little bit deeper. Inhale, just straighten that front leg. Reach those hands out again. We're going to inhale and reach forward. And as we exhale, we're going to transition into triangle. So our right hand comes down on the inside. Now if you do have a block, you can put a block here to support you. If you're feeling you're getting a bit of hyperextension in your knee, just give a slight bend in the knee. So wherever you are, you can either look up to your thumb or just look down if that's not good for your neck. So I like to push my right hand onto the inside of that right foot so that I can sort of rotate my shoulders. So I'm reaching up to the sky. I'm really opening up through the front of my body in this triangle pose. So let's just take one more inhale. Exhale, take your hand to your hip, bend into that front knee, and just bring yourself up all the way for a reverse warrior. And then exhale, coming back, stepping to the top of the mat. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, bringing the right knee up. So we'll just do those ankle rotations. So rotate the foot one way, then rotate it the other way. Now if you're not really wanting the balance, just stay with that foot up, nice tightly squeezed to the chest. If you want to test yourself with your balance, hold on to the knee with your left hand and reach that right hand behind. Now either looking just to the side or you can look back towards the thumb. And as you can see, I'm a bit compromised on this side for my balance. So really squeeze your belly in, flex your toes. Wherever you are, take a breath here. And then exhale, slowly bring that hand back. Hold on, squeeze the knee up one more time. And then exhale, take that foot back for your high lunge. So you may need to adjust your feet so that you've got feet parallel and in line with your hips. Inhale the hands up. Holding here. Take another inhale. And then exhale, fold down. Hold here for one whole breath. Exhale. Then inhale up. Exhale, come down. Now we're going to hold it again. We're going to do those pulses. So pulsing down. Just bring in the knee to hover. We'll do 3 more. 3, 2, over a bit, checking that you've got the ankle and the knee in line, hands are parallel. Take an inhale, exhale, just sink that little bit deeper. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach as far as you can, and then transition into your triangle pose, Trikonasana. So again, you can sort of like have your hand up near your knee, on your calf, and if you're looking forward or to the side, that's fine, or you can look up towards your thumb. Again, if you want to extend and open up, push that left hand into the left calf. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring the hand on the hip. Bend into that front foot and just take that reverse warrior. Then exhale, coming back to your high lunge. Inhale, the hands up, and then bringing the hands to the heart, stepping to the top of the mat as you exhale. So inhale, the hands up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, come up for a halfway lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, bend the knees, come all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. So let's just step to the side of our mat. Have your feet and your toes and your ankles in line. Have your hands on your hips. We're just going to take a wide-legged forward fold. So you will work out when you get down there where you would like the position of your feet. But at first, to get down, we're just going to inhale the hands up. Exhale, bring them down through your heart space. Take the hands on the hips. Take another inhale. And exhale with a nice flat back. Just come down to where you are feeling it today. So if you can, bring your hands down. If you've got a block, you can get a block and place that there. And we're just going to start with a flat back first. So just inhale here. And then as you exhale, you can fold that little bit deeper. So just work out, you might need to widen your stance once you get down here. And we're just going to walk our hands inside the legs and towards the other side of the mat. So feeling the extra stretch in our backs here. Then walk the hands towards and even further than your mat. So you're sort of in a downward facing dog, but with nice wide legs. So still have your fingers spread nice and wide. Still push the weight into your knuckles. So just reach up a little bit first with the inhale and then exhale, fold. So just feeling how this feels in a wide leg downward dog. Then walking the hands back to the center, heel toeing those feet in a little bit and pointing the toes out to the side. We're just going to do what's called Skandasana. So what we need to do here is walk the hands over to the right leg and just bend that right leg. Now you might just find you get down to here. That's fine. Now if you want to go a little bit deeper, some of you will have, if you've got a really good extension in your Achilles, you might find that you have your foot flat on the mat. But I sort of find when I come all the way down, my foot comes up. but I do get a really nice stretch still all the way down the front of my leg. And I flex that foot up. So you can stay here with your fingertips down, or you can test your balance and just take hands to heart. So if you have your foot down and you're up further, just stay with your fingers on the mat, okay? Now we're all going to come back up into that sort of like semi-low lunge, and we're going to walk our hands over to the left side. Now we might just be here, which is perfectly fine. You're still getting a lot of strength building in your left leg, and you're getting a stretch down the inner right leg. If you want to try squatting down, squat down. You can either leave your fingertips just in front of you for balance. Have that right foot flexed. If you want to try your balance, just coming up, hands to heart. Just allowing the nice stretch. And then exhale the fingertips down, walking back to center. And we're all going to come up, so bending the knees, bringing the hands out. Toes are pointing to the edges of the mat. We're just coming up into our star shape. So inhale the hands up. And then exhale, just bend those knees. Have the knees coming out to the side. Hands in front of the heart, just for a goddess squat. So holding here as you breathe, and sink that little bit deeper. Try to keep the knees going out to the side. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, sinking down, placing your hands on the inside of the knees. Sorry about my dog's barking. And we're just going to do a little twist with this. So inhaling first. Exhaling, dipping one shoulder down and just looking behind. Inhale to center. And then exhale, just dip the other shoulder down and sort of push that opposite knee out. Inhale back to center. Straighten the legs, bring the hands up. 5-pointed star. Look towards the top of the mat and just come to your Tadasana pose. So inhale the hands up. Exhale, bending the knees, forward fold. Inhale, slide up for a halfway lift. Exhale, this time we're going to place our hands on the mat. Step all the way back into our plank or our modified plank, so knees come down. And then on your next inhale, just come slightly forward. Exhale, untuck the toes, come all the way down to the belly. Push the feet into the mat as you inhale and bring yourself up for your little back bend cobra. Elbows are in. Exhale, come down. And we're going to just inhale and come back into a child's pose. So not wide-legged child's pose, knees together, head comes down, and just rest the hands either side of the body. Take 2 full breaths here. Then slowly roll yourselves up. Bring your hands, walk your hands in front. Come back down onto your belly. Bring your forearms in front. And just come into your Sphinx pose. So pushing the feet into the mat. Sliding the elbows back as you draw your chest out in front, keeping the gaze forward, so not looking up to the ceiling, and just squeezing your butt cheeks together so that it just takes that pressure off that lower back. Now if you are feeling any deep compression or a little bit of pain in your lower back, it means you've gone a little bit too far. So just walk the hands further out in front and still do the same actions. It just takes that pressure off the back. So you're still drawing the elbows back, pushing the feet into the mat, squeezing the buttocks, and just hold here wherever you are. So deep breaths. So just take one more breath here. And coming down, resting your head just on your arms, stacked on your hands. We'll do one more back bend. So again, this next back bend is called locust. So we're going to lift the feet and the hands up. So just coming up, bringing the hands behind you and just having the head fairly neutral, and then on the next inhale, just lifting everything up and holding. So again, if you can't maintain your breathing, it means you've gone that little bit too far. So just come down a bit. One more breath. Reach up and release. Again, just resting the head. You might turn the head to the side a little bit. And then looking forward, push into the hands. Come back up on your hands and knees. Keep your knee and your hips in line, and just walk the hands down in front. And then once you've got the hands as far forward as you can, take an inhale and then exhale. Just bring that forehead down. So again, you can use a block here if you feel it's too much and the floor's too far away. So this is puppy pose, and we're just stretching across the front of our chest. Stretching our bellies. Then inhale, walk the hands up. Just sitting back on your heels. We're just going to take our hands behind. We're just going to lift our feet up and just stretch the front of our feet. And then just bring the feet round to the side so that you're we're going to do just a nice stretch for the top of our, quad stretch, top of our legs. So you may need to have a block for this one to prop you up if you are quite tight in the tops of your legs. This is called half hero. So just stretch the left leg out. Now, I might turn and face you so you can see. So my right foot is actually out to the side. So I'm not sitting on this foot. I've just got it out to the side so that both of my sit bones are connected to the mat. Now, if you are a little bit sort of feeling like you're lopsided, you can just get a blanket and just prop it underneath that left side, and it will just lift you that little bit more, and it stops you from feeling as though you're falling to the left side. Now, the left foot is flexed. Now, if this is enough of a stretch for the tops of the right leg for you, just stay here. So just staying in a nice upright position. If you feel you need a little bit more, you can just walk your hands back behind and just have your elbows bent. And that might be enough for you. Or you may feel that you want to come down on the elbows, but keeping that knee connected to the mat. Now this is probably enough for me. I'm feeling I'm getting quite a nice stretch in that right quad. Some people may find they need a little bit more and they need to come all the way down to the floor, but this is enough for me. And another thing, if you have got your bulky cushion or your bolster, I'm just going to quickly grab my bolster, which is just here. You pop that behind you and it's a lovely restorative pose. So I said no props. I think I might change that. So the bolster's behind and you just lie back on that. So wherever you are. And if you're feeling it's a pain in your knee, just come up to the next level, the lesser intense level. So this is half hero. Full hero, we'd have both ankles beside us and probably just sitting up, but we'll just do half hero this week. Now to come out, just use your elbows, come up, and your hands, and we'll just wiggle that around. And if you have got a blanket, the beauty of having these online classes, if there's something that I suggest to you and you don't have it, you can just pause, go get it, and then come back to it, or just rewind a bit. So there is an upside of not being live, but yeah, I guess in live classes I would pause anyway and allow for you to get ready. So let's just take it to the other side. So this time the left foot's coming beside you. Now I'm just propping myself up and either stay here, come back slightly on your hands. You might find that this side is tighter. Come down on the elbows, or if you have got a nice cushion to support you, come all the way down. Or if that's still not enough of a stretch for you, you can go all the way down to the floor. So wherever you are, as long as you can maintain your breathing and you're not feeling as though you have to hold your breath, then that stretch is good for you. But like I said before, if you're holding your breath and you can't maintain that breathing, you've gone too far. So come out and look after yourself. So just a couple more breaths here. To come out, just push into the elbows, use the hands to give you support to come up, bring that leg in front, just give it a little bit of a wiggle, and we're sitting in our staff pose, so we're going to just do a strengthening with our staff pose. So I might turn on the side so you can see how this pose is held. So pushing the knees into the mat, you may find that your feet lift slightly, the feet are flexed back, and our hands are by our side, and we're really extending everything, pushing our hands down and really just sucking everything in. Quite a strong pose, this one. So really squeeze the core muscles in, really push the feet, the legs into the mat. Engage the legs, maintain the breathing, and release. Take the right leg over the left, having the foot so that you can push it firmly into the mat. So I'll turn and face you again. So we don't want our foot over on the side, we want to be able to have it nice and flat. We've got our knee up and we're going to take our right hand behind. Inhale, our left hand up to the sky, and exhale, just hook it over that right knee so that you can just maintain a little bit of leverage to give yourself room to give a nice twist in the upper part of the body. So inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen the twist. And once you've got yourself in that spot, just stay there and just use your deep breath. You can squeeze the belly in to allow the body to twist. And then coming back out as you exhale, we're just going to take that left foot out to the side, bring that right foot into the inner thigh, and we're just going to do a bit of a side stretch. So reaching the left hand down towards the left foot, inhale the right hand up, and exhale, just take it over. Then inhale, come up, take that right hand behind, and then just come up onto the right knee for your baby wild thing. So pushing into the right hand, bring yourself up so you can bring that left hand up and over, just stretching the other way. And then exhale, just come down, facing that left foot now. Inhale the hands up, exhale, just coming forward, and again, just using that upper body weight to allow the lengthening of the spine. So it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're feeling a stretch in the lower back here. And as you exhale, you might just find that you can sink that little bit deeper. And slowly come up as you inhale. Take the right leg out in front of you. Bring the left leg over. Make sure that that foot is nice and flat on the surface of the mat. Grab hold, take the left hand behind you. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale, just hook that elbow over the left knee. Now again, we want to inhale to extend. And then exhale, squeeze the belly in and allow your body to twist. So you might just be here, you might be able to look behind, but just keeping that elbow pushed into the knee so that you're not letting that knee just drop down. So we want to keep it all squeezed into the center midline. Flex the toes of the right foot. Quite a very deep twist here. Now inhale, release. Let's take that right leg out to the side and bring the left foot in. So reaching down towards that right foot. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, just take it over. So feeling a nice side stretch for that left side now. inhale, come up. Bring that left hand behind, and again pushing into that left foot while we're bringing that left knee down and coming up into our baby wild thing. So really giving yourself a beautiful stretch all the way from the fingertips, all the way down to the right toes. Really lovely stretch this. Inhale and then exhale, come back down. Face that front foot. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, this time folding down. So just using that weight of the upper body to allow yourself to sink. You can let go of the flexing of the foot. Just allow yourself to relax into this pose. So we're not holding it as long as we do for yin style, but it is similar. We want to just try to release or let go of any tension and use that breath to help us deepen into this pose. And then slowly come up. Now let's come round, just have a bit of a bend in our knees, bring our hands in front, and we're slowly going to allow our body, as we come down, suck the belly in and just come halfway and then slowly come up. Exhale, just slowly come down again, sucking that belly in, halfway. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. And then this time we're going to go all the way down. Allowing the lower back to come down. Bring your feet up to your knees parallel or your shins parallel to your ceiling. And just take your hands, interlace the hands behind your neck or the back of your head, and just push the lower back into the mat. So maintain that sort of like pressure with the lower back and the belly. So we don't want to have any gap. We want to make sure that we've closed that gap with our lower back. Now we're just going to come up and then down. Come up and down. So exhaling as you come up and inhaling as you come down. So we'll do 5 more. And 1 more. And squeezing the knees into the chest. Take the left foot down to the mat, the right foot on top of the left knee, and you can either just stay here and push that right knee open, or you can reach through and pull that left knee up using a bit of arm strength for your reclined pigeon. So squeeze it up. You can either interlace around the shin or the back of the thigh, or just stay in the first position. So feeling that nice hip stretch. And then just take that left foot down, but keep that figure 4 shape. Take your hands out either into goalpost or T, and just lift the hips up and wiggle so that they are stacked. The hips are stacked on top of each other. and bring that right foot down to the mat. Now, you can sort of like push that right thigh open with your left hand to sort of like give yourself a little bit more of a stretch on the outer side of the leg. Or you can grab hold of the foot or the ankle and just sort of like use, just really, really sort of like use the strength in your leg to open up it a little bit more. So just have a little play around, or you can just use it as a spinal twist. So wherever you are. Another variation is grabbing hold of the left foot, sorry, because we've got our right knee on top. And it's kind of like a pretzel shape. But yeah, that's just an extra if you felt you wanted to really extend the pose. But I'm just going to stay with holding the right ankle and just opening up my right knee. And just release, come back to center, so realign your hips back to center, and this time left ankle on top of right knee. Now, if you want to just stay and push that left knee out or reach through. So squeezing the right knee up, using a little bit of arm strength. So when I started this class, the cicadas were so loud, I had to close everything, all my windows. It's quite hot in here now, and now they've stopped. So it's late in the afternoon for me, so it's quite quiet out there. Normally they have been so deafening. Okay, let's release. Now again, lift those hips to stack them, then bring that left foot down and choose the variation that you did on the other side. So yeah, so going back to the cicadas, I don't know how they've been. You can put a little comment if you like how the cicadas have been up your way, but there have just been, you can sometimes walk down the street and they're piercing your ears, they're so loud. So, but it is nice, I love the sound of the cicadas in summer. And release, and just take the feet as wide as the mat and just let the knees drop to the side, releasing the lower back. And then we're just going to go into Shavasana. So, you know, if you want to have anything to prop you up, if you want to get a pillow to put under your knees, grab that. Just make this, you know, sort of like really nice, comfy Shavasana for you. So just get yourself settled into the mat and just sink yourself down. Allow yourself just to go back to your natural breath. Have the eyes closed. Take in the sounds around you. You're near the ocean, you may hear the ocean in the background. If you're just near bush, you might hear birds. You may hear traffic outside. You may hear people walking past. And wherever you are, just come come into that space on your mat and just concentrate on letting yourself go and taking a nice scan of the body, starting with the toes and the feet, and just making sure that there is no tension held there, so let it just completely relax. And then travelling up towards the knees and the thighs, feeling the whole parts of your legs very heavy on your mat. The feet might be falling out to the side. And then just take the awareness to your hips and feel how heavy they are. Feel your belly. Feel it just rise and fall as you naturally breathe. And feeling the chest and the shoulders be heavy and sinking into the mat. Your hands are by your side and your fingers are facing up. To the whole head, the weight of the head on the mat. Allowing any tension to be released from your neck. Just taking the awareness to your third eye. Smoothing it out as you breathe out. Allowing the eyelids to be relaxed, the whole face. Start to awaken the body by wiggling the toes and wiggling the fingers. Taking the hands above the head and just giving yourself a full body stretch. Take a big breath in. Slowly let it out. And just roll over to any side, your preferred side. And then push into the hands and just come up to your preferred seated position, which is comfortable for you. Hands held in front of your heart, and we'll just close our practice today with Namaste. Bringing the thumbs up to the third eye, bowing the head slightly, Namaste. So, thanks everybody for joining me for our Back to Basics class, and I will see you on the mat next time. So wherever you are, have a lovely, peaceful, safe